Hi friends, I'm back with another yoga offering. Grab whatever props you have, a yoga mat, blocks, blankets, straps, or improvise with things you have from around the house. And let's begin sitting. If you want, you can sit up on something. You might grab a blanket or cushion or block. And we'll start in a comfortable cross-legged position. So you can let your eyes close. Start to slow down your breath. And let your attention drop down into your body, just noticing whatever there is to feel here now. You might tune into the parts of your body touching the floor. You might notice the feeling and movement of your breathing. And just getting curious about what else is here. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered throughout our practice, just as soon as you notice, see if you can come back and feel your breath. It's something that's always happening. And then from there, maybe getting curious about what else. What else is there to notice? You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout the class. So let's start with a gentle twist. We'll bring the left hand across to your right knee and the right hand to the floor behind you. As you inhale, sit a little bit taller. As you exhale, rotate, looking back over your shoulder. Keep twisting in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder, like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Right hand to the left knee, left hand to the floor behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, rotate. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder. And then release, back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front and put some pressure between the arms like you're going to pull them apart. And this can help spread the upper back, maybe bring some sensation to the tops of the shoulders. And you might use your deep inhale to spread the ribs. Let's release and interlace behind the back, maybe the other thumb on top this time. Open up through the chest. And then fold forward, whatever amount is possible for you. Could be just dropping your head. You might come part way or all the way to the floor. Maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. And then release. Come up, hands to knees. Round back, lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin. Roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Sitting nice and tall. Drop your right ear over to right shoulder. Press down through both shoulders, but we'll look for a stretch on the left side of the neck. You might even reach your left fingers away from you a bit. Rotate chin to chest. And come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now a little bit more through the right side, looking for a stretch there. Rotate chin to chest, come back to the first side and go back and forth a few times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Just watching the sensation move from one side over to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. Release your arms, head floats back up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back, and then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can, sternum rising up. Last moment here, and then release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. And then roll your way up. And let's bring the feet to the floor, hip width apart. We'll shift the hands to the floor in front of the feet. And we'll take a rock front to back. So as you rock your weight forward, you can look for a stretch through your toes. As you rock back, getting into calves, ankles, Achilles tendon. And just noticing what you feel here. If there's something that's tender or you want to be careful around it, go even slower. But do try and go towards those things that are tight rather than shying away from them completely. Let's drop the heels, lift the hips, and come to hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can either just let your arms drop, you could link your elbows, but you could also use support through your arms, resting elbows on thighs or hands on blocks or ankles. See if you can let the weight of your head really fall. If you still have your socks on like me, you might want to take them off. We're going to step back into a high push-up position. So setting the hands near the front of the mat, step the feet back, and feel the whole body in one straight line from the top of the head to the heels, spreading the fingers. You're taking weight into the full hand. Shift weight forward to lower down. You're welcome to drop your knees as you do these lower downs. And then come into your back bend. Cobra or up dog, as low or high as feels right for you. And this first one will take a couple extra breaths. You might move around a little, just testing the waters. How is this in your back right now? Is there a way to have it work better for you? Find more space. And then let's come back to down dog. Tuck your toes, send the hips up and back. Take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You might pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. Waking up the backs of the legs. Exploring the pose from the inside. What are you feeling? What are you noticing here? And then drop your knees and sink back to child's pose. Releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Letting go. And just a reminder that you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold, really let your head drop. Inhale, up to standing, sweep the arms high. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. And please take the time you need for all your transitions. Here in down dog, we'll take 5 deep breaths. If you would prefer, you could come back to child's pose or sitting or any other neutral shape. Feeling right where you are right now. Last deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time, from down dog, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. You could also do this from hands and knees if that would work better for you, or from your forearms. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then a big step forward. Let's come into a low lunge. So we're going to drop the back knee. If you want to pad your knee, you could either roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket or cushion underneath it. And you may want to grab blocks or something to support your hands. If it's difficult to reach the floor, you can bring the floor up to meet you. Use what you have from around the house. As you sink your hips forward, notice what the angle is on that front knee and ankle. If you didn't get a big enough step forward, it might be really tight angles, in which case, take it a little further forward. So your knee is more or less above the ankle. We'll let the hips sink forward, looking for an opening at the front of the left hip. Let's keep hips sinking. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, just one breath. Big sweep up. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. Step back, coming through a vinyasa. And you're also welcome to skip any part of these transitions. You might just step right back to down dog or move in some other way. Feeling what you're choosing to do, whatever that is. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Feeling what's being stirred up. We're purposefully going towards things that are tight, weak, awkward, the full range. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. And then a big step forward, low lunge. If your foot doesn't make it there, pick it up and bring it, or shimmy them further apart when you get there. You can add padding to the back knee. You might grab blocks for your hands. Sinking hips forward, looking for an opening at the front of the right hip. And you can increase this by dropping the tail, lifting through the belly. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, just one breath. Release, hands to the floor. Flow through your movement transition. So it could be a vinyasa, could be something else. And then settle into a good rest, letting go. Could be child's pose, sitting, down dog, something else. If it's useful, you might close your eyes, turning your attention inward. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's come into chair, Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sweep the arms high. Sink hips low. Try and have the legs even with one another. So they're either all the way together or equally apart. If anything is going out or in from the middle, either bring it all out or it all in. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, low lunge. Inhale, arms up, one breath. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. You may want to grab your blocks. Take the hips back. And we're going to look for a hamstring stretch with a top of the ankle stretch. So hips right above the back knee, hands right under shoulders and as high as you need them. So if it's difficult to reach the floor, find something to help bring the floor up to you. We're going towards right foot flat. So it may not be flat, but you're just going in that direction, spreading the toes. So we open up the top of the foot as well. Flexing sit bones back, going in the direction of a flat back. Head forward, sit bones back. And then feeling what it's like to be here. Last breath. Let's shift weight forward. We're going to come into a high lunge now. Tuck the back toes, extend the back legs straight, and then a gentle twist. So left hand can be on the floor or a block. Right arm is going to lift up in the air, going in the direction of a straight line from one arm to the other. In the direction of a straight line from your head to your back heel. Feel the whole body connected. Last deep breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. Same thing, other side when you're ready. Left leg sweeps up. Step forward, low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. You may want to grab your blocks, take the hips back, hamstring stretch with a top of the ankle stretch. Going in the directions you know to go in, meeting your edge, and then breathing there, paying very close attention. So at any moment you might slightly back out or go a little deeper. It's called playing the edge. Let's release, shift weight forward. Tuck the back toes, extend the back leg straight. High lunge, and then set the right hand either on the floor or a block. Open up, going towards a straight line. Your arms may not form a straight line, but as long as you're going in that direction, you're working the pose. Same thing from your head to your back heel. Connecting the end points is a great way to find alignment. Imagine having a slack rope and you pull the ends, it automatically comes into a straight line. So feeling top of the head and back heel connected, top hand, bottom hand connected. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, flow through your movement transition. And then settle into a good rest. More important than the shape you choose, coming back to a quality of presence, of ease. Letting go of everything we've just done. Letting go of everything we might do, just simply being. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet through to sitting. And let's come back onto our backs. You can drop your feet to the floor and get set up for bridge. So we're going to press the feet into the floor and lift the hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders underneath you. Check that your feet are still hip width apart, parallel, right under your knees. If your knees start to go wide, draw them in. Working 100% of the effort to be in this shape, but letting go. What is there to release here? Take your arms out of your way, roll down, and rest. Letting go into the floor, feeling that nice surrender after the effort. If you'd like to come up one more time, come up again. If that was enough for today, you can just stay enjoying your rest. If there's a different back bend you would prefer, you're also welcome to do any other arm or leg variation you know or want to try. More important than what you're doing is that you're feeling what you're doing. Take your arms out of your way when you're done and roll down and rest. Let's take Happy Baby as a counter stretch. You can grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press your knees towards the floor, and you might take a little rock side to side if that feels useful. You could stretch your legs partway or all the way straight. And then release. Drop your feet back to the floor. We're going to cross the right ankle above the left knee. Reach your hands through, grab the left knee and hug it in close. As you do this, try and drop your shoulders, drop your chin so the back of the neck is long, and see how much you can relax. Your hands require some effort. They're kind of holding the pose together, but where else is jumping and that doesn't need to? Can you drop your shoulders? The legs could be almost totally passive. The more you relax your legs, the more you might be able to hug your knee into your chest. And then release. Drop the left foot to the floor. Let's straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. Flex and point your right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. Now, keeping the right leg more or less where it is now, straighten your left leg along the floor. So you ground down through the back of the left leg, and then open your right leg out to the right. One way you can support your leg here is to have your elbow on the floor and leg resting into the hand. You can also hold in some other way if that would work better for you, but do keep the left leg grounded. Slow, steady breaths. Let's bring this straight leg up and all the way across. So opposite hand, left hand, can grab for the outside of the right foot. If you can't reach, you could either bend your knee or hold your calf instead or put a strap around your foot. And we'll take it all the way over until it comes all the way to the floor. And then roll back open through the right shoulder, dropping right hip down away from right shoulder. If you would like to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand, your right hand, can reach down for your free foot, your left foot. You might need to pick up your torso in order to have hold, and then once you've got it, drop the shoulder back down. And if this does not work for your body, don't worry about this part of it. Let's release. Roll back onto your back. Can make a little circle with your knees, evening out your torso on your mat. A little massage for the lower back and sacrum. And And drop your feet to the floor for the same thing other side. So we're going to cross the left ankle above the right knee. Reach your hands through, grab the right leg, hug it in. We can get quite specific about what is engaging and what is releasing. And at first, it's kind of broad strokes. There may not be the body awareness or ability to differentiate. So keep coming in with curiosity. What is necessary to hold this shape and what's not needed? Stripping away what's not needed. So even in a pose that does require effort or has intensity, there can be an overall feeling of ease. Can you relax your face even more? Could you imagine the back side of the torso spreading and letting go? To release, drop the right foot to the floor, straighten the left leg up, flex and point the left foot. Circle the left ankle a few times in both directions. And then keeping this left leg more or less where it is, straighten your right leg along the floor, grounding down through the back of the right leg, and open your left leg out to the left. And you can support your leg how it works for you. Elbow on the floor, leg resting into the hand, or holding somewhere else. Feeling as much as you can. You don't have to have words for what you're feeling, and you don't necessarily need to do anything about what you're feeling, but just increasing your capacity to feel in your body, so useful. Let's bring this straight leg back up and all the way across, opposite hand to the outside of the foot, ankle or calf. Take it over. And then roll open through the left shoulder, dropping down through the left hip. If you did add a quad stretch on the other side, you can bend the bottom leg, reach for it, and draw it in. And then release. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. A little circle or rock, evening out your torso. And let's get ready for our final resting pose, Shavasana. If there's any last stretch or anything you need to do to feel complete in your practice, you can take some time for that now. You can also put on some extra layers of clothing or grab props that might help you be more comfortable. I think Shavasana is the most important pose we do in our practice. It's a time to integrate the changes that have just been made. It's almost like you've just painted a picture and you want to let the paint dry before you move it around in the world. even just a couple of minutes. So good. So getting your body comfortable as you can, symmetrical, totally relaxed. No effort needed here. Once you settle in, you can let go of the control of your breath, just letting your breath be natural. Totally releasing. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And you could let that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for practicing with me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.